draw support and resistance, put out support and resistance zones in the market. But we are not done. So we are continuing from there. Today we are looking at market structure itself. If you have support and resistance, there are very key zones. Those key zones, that is where you may spot them as our highs, our lows, our highs, our lows. So this morning we are going to look at that part. But let me know if you still recall the lesson. That is the introductory part of the lesson. I told you that there are three key zones in every trading. You have the structure, confirmation, and then also entry. And I said, when it comes to confirmational lessons, there are lessons that if you get them, you need to know that these lessons is for you to help you understand what you call market confirmation. Then there are certain lessons that when you get them, you need to know that they are just helping you to identify market the structure of the market. And then you have entry tools. The entry tools will help you to make an entry in the market. So sharp, drop one in the chat and let me know. Okay, one for structural tools. Let's start from the structural tools. Let me know if you still record them or I'm still talking to new people here. So what are some of the structural tools? You see, this year my focus is to ensure that whatever we learn, we wouldn't just learn them, but it will be part of us. I want trading to be in you. Do you get it? I want trading to be in you. That's the reason why any lesson that you have, I give you the opportunity to practice it. The last time on technical support and resistance, I asked you to draw it. I asked three people and they shared their screen. They did that, and we all followed the process and realized that they've done it. So that is how we are going to go. We are going to do it. So please let me know if you still recall. When we talk of the structural tools, what are some of the structural tools that the trader can use to identify the various waves and trends in the market? Yes. Drop them in the chat box and let me see. Drop them in the chat box and let me see. Mind you, this lesson is always true. We are spending 30 to 45 minutes here. After that, we'll end. And then the next 1 hour, 30 minutes time, the next session will also continue. That is beginners class. Okay? Crypto Trade 101 will also follow. So please. I'm waiting. Maybe you guys can't hear me. Please drop one in the chat if you can hear me. Maybe you guys can't hear me. If you can hear me, drop one in the chat. Hello. Okay. Good. So if you can hear me, just give me one. Drop one there and let me see if you can hear me very loud and clear, so that I can know either is the answer you don't want to tell me, or it's just that you don't know. All right. Good. 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 So good. So it simply means you guys can hear me very loud and clear. So then give me the answer. Yes. So someone has dropped his answer in the chat. It says support and resistance. Yes. So support and resistance is one of the structural tools in the market. Yes. What again? I gave at least four. Four. So support and resistance. What again? Mm-hmm. Yes. Support and resistance. And what again? Yes. Is it pivot points? No. No. Time frames? No. So I've credited support and resistance to you, but pivot points and time frames are not part. Yes. Yes, they are not part. Supply and demand, very good. Trend lines, very good. Very good. So support and resistance, supply and demand, trend lines, right? And then who are the last one? Who at the last one? So basically, no, not uptrends and downtrends. We said if we want to identify the exact market trends in a chart, we have what we call structural tools. They help us to identify the various structures of the market. Okay, so for instance, support and resistance, demand and supply, and then trend lines are lessons that if we study them to understand them very well, we may know how to identify the various key zones, that is the various structures of the market. So we call them the structural tools. So the last part of it is what is market structure. So let me share my screen. Are we together? I believe you are getting the concept now. So um now one, support and resistance. Support and resistance. Two, demand and supply. Three is trend lines. So we shall study all these ones, all these lessons, right? And then market structure. So that's what we are going to do this morning, market structure. Okay. Then this is for structural tools. So when we talk of the structural tools, like what we were saying, we said structural tools, they are the various lessons that will guide the trader for him to be able to spot out the very key zones in the market, to know the very key trends in the market, either uptrend, downtrend, or sideways. Right? Good. So if you want to write them, you can write them down. Mind you, the day I asked you and you couldn't say it, I'll lash you. The day I asked you and you couldn't say it, I'll lash you. Yes. So pay attention to that. Okay. Now, let's look at the next thing. So, confirmational tools. We have confirmational tools. So, with confirmational tools, we have candlestick pattern. I'm repeating this, and I will not repeat it again. So, candlestick pattern. And fortunate for that, we've stated that Coach Mo has taught that, so I don't have any problem. Then, BOS, that is break of structure, change of character. Very good. And then fair value gap. Yes, fair value gap. So just these three, or we can also add liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep. That is for confirmational entries in the market. So confirmational tools. If you want to confirm how a trend is moving, just you don't need all these lessons. Just study one, maybe candlestick pattern or break of structure, change of character. Once you understand this, it will help you to make confirmations in the market. Then the last part is entry tools like MACD, MACD, moving average, fib retracement, pivot point. So that is where the person who talked about pivot point, that is where you get those answers right. Hope you get it now. Do you get it now? Do you get it? Do you get it? Oh, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Hello? So now let's proceed. Let's proceed to what we have today. Let's proceed to what we have today. Now, the idea of having trading all these analogies is to ensure that one, a trader can be able to spot out the various waves in the what in the market. Do you get it? And we said when it comes to market structure, as an example, okay, the purpose of we learning market structure is to one help traders to be able to know the very key zones on a price or on a chart. Do you get it? And markets has always been about how prices move on a chart. So I see price moving, I see price moving like this. I see price coming down like this. I see price moving up like this, coming down, going in different order. What can help a trader to know what is happening is by understanding what we call the structure. Okay, is by understanding what is called the structure, right? So basically, market structure or market moves in various structures, and the first structure may be what may be an uptrend, a downtrend, or sideways. But the question is, assuming I've drawn my support, I've drawn my resistance here, how do I know that this particular chart is showing an uptrend direction or a downward or a downtrend what direction? Do you get it? So that is where the structure of the market comes in. And basically, the idea of it of the structure of the market is to just to help the trader to spot out the various waves and knowing when there are more highs or there are more lows in the in the market. So briefly, I'm going to take time to explain it to you. When we see a market is an uptrend market or a market is what is a downtrend market, how do you spot it out? How will you identify that this particular market is a downtrend market or um an uptrend what market? So basically, when we see an uptrend, that is when there are more highs, okay? When the candles continue to be forming different highs as compared to their previous highs. When I say different highs, for instance, you can let's use this as an example. So let's assume these are candlesticks, okay? Let me draw it all. So let's assume we have this. Let me use this zigzag as an example. Now, when you carefully look at this zigzag, let's assume I've drawn my supports here. I've drawn something here. I've drawn something here. Do you get it? Now, you can clearly see that this particular price, this price here, the price here is higher than this one. And this one too goes up or it's higher than this one. This one is also higher than this one. This one is also higher than this. This one is also higher than what? This one. So basically, when we say an uptrend, that is a price forming a higher high as compared to its previous high. And then the higher low as compared to its previous what lows. So the more it keep forming, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it forms a new high and a low. It forms a new high and a high low. It forms a new high and then a high low. It forms a new high and then a higher low. So from top to down. So you can realize that it keeps forming a new high. This price is higher as compared to the price here. This price is higher as compared to the price here. So we say that when we talk of an uptrend market, that is a market which consistently keeps forming what a higher high, a high, and then a higher low. So its previous high, the first high, is created when the price goes to the previous high. Are we together? We've started. We've started. Do you get it? We will go on a chat, but we've started. Let me know if you get it. Do you get it? Do you get it? Let me know if you get it. Let me know if you get the concept. Hmm? Let me know if you get the concept. Very good. Very good. I want you to respond so that I can know. If you have a challenge, then I can know how to handle the lesson. Do you get it? That is the reason I get back here to listen to your feedback. So the idea is simple. Finding highs and lows in the market is very simple, right? Now you've drawn your support and resistance. So let me clean this. This is the chart. Hmm? This is the chart. Okay. Now you've taken time to draw your support, taking time to draw your resistance zone. On this chart, what we are saying is that you want to identify the structure of the market so that you can be able to know the next move. So the chart is such that we read it from left to right. So these are left hand side, these are right hand side. Okay. Now, having this chart here, we can clearly see that now over here, the price moved from this place to this place. This here, this is a price. So this is a higher high. Then from here, it also moved from this place to this zone. This zone. So this is another high here, right? Another high. So from this is a higher low, then this was a higher high again. Then higher low, then the next high was higher as compared to the previous high. So this is also a higher high, then a higher low. Looking at this, you can realize that now the price came very low. Do you get it? Which simply means it is no longer forming going according to the structure, right? So that is where you can now determine what you call a downtrend. So basically, this is a real uptrend because it keeps forming a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. I don't know if you get it. So typically, this chart will help you understand this is an uptrend chart. So the person considering this, knowing very well that the price keeps forming new highs and new lows, new highs and new lows, new highs and new lows. So if I want to know what's an uptrend or the structure of an uptrend, understanding that an uptrend consistently at least 2 or 3 consistent highs. Listen, 2 or 3 consistent highs will help the trader to know that It keeps forming what? Uptrend. That is an uptrend. So with the help of your support and resistance, you've drawn your support and resistance, and within the support and resistance, you can find for yourself the very key zones where the price keep forming the highs and then the lows. Is the message home? Is the message home? Is the message home? So that we move to the downtrend. Is the message home? Let me know if my people have grasped, they are grasping the concept. Is the message home? Is the message home? I'd always want to find a simple way to teach for people to understand without complicating lessons. All right. All right. I believe we can proceed. If since you are getting the concept. So that is for uptrend. That is higher high, higher low. Now let's look at the downtrend. Let's look at downtrend market or chart. So okay, let me draw it so good. Now let me spot out our support zone and then resistance zone. Hope you've seen how we are underlying the support and then the resistance. So you look at this particular chart as an example. Now, critical analysis from this chart, you realize that now it formed only a new high here, and after that high, now this was a low, and this low is lower than this. This is also lower than this. This is also lower than this. So when we talk of a downtrend, we mean a trend that consistently or consecutively forms the first low is lower than the previous low. So it forms a lower low and a lower high. A lower low and a lower high. So when you carefully look at this particular chart, that is when we say a lower low, it simply means that the first low, the previous low is lower than the first low. So this is higher enough. This is lower than this. This is high. This is higher. This is lower than this. This is higher. This is lower than this. So when you come here, this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, like that. Do you get it? A lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So the first low is lower than the previous high, or the next low is lower than the previous lows. So you consistently realize that as the price keeps going, it keeps dropping. You get it? It keeps dropping. It keeps dropping. It keeps dropping like that. This is something simple. You are going to the trading view. Let me know if you get this. Let me know if you get it. So Having a downtrend market, you can consistently observe lower lows in the chart or on the market, and the price keep forming lows. Always the previous low is lower than the next low is lower than the previous low. So when we say a downtrend market, that is a market that forms lower lows and lower highs. So anytime you look at the chart, you should see a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Then you can attribute that chart to say it is what? It is a downtrend. Let me know if you get it. Do you get it? We are going to the trading view app. Do you get it? Do you get it? Let me know if you get it. Let me know if you get it. Let me know if you get it. All right. Good. 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 Now, let me add the last part of it. Then we go to trading view. Let me add the last part of it. Then we move to trading view. So now let's look at this. Let's look at this. Having this here, like I said, chart in on every chart we can see three things: either up, down, or sideways. Right? Either up, down, or sideways. So when it comes to sideways, that is, the market does not consistently move towards one direction. It doesn't move easily. So over here, we cannot easily term it as a high or a lower low. Do you get it? You cannot easily term it as a higher high or a lower low. That is the point. Do you get it? So what we are saying is that when it comes to sideways markets or ranging markets, that is, they keep forming equal highs and equal lows. You see, they are all equal on the same line, equal highs, equal lows, equal highs, equal lows. Do you get it? Equal highs and equal lows on the chart. So therefore, after understanding this, you just realize that if I'm observing a chart and from my visual observation, I can easily assess the highs and the lows as being equal. This simply means I can attribute that chart to be what? To be a sideways chart or market. So this is simple: uptrend, downtrend, and then it's sideways. Now let me ask you in the chat box. This is simple. Now I believe you are getting it. I believe you are getting the concept. We are moving to trading view, but let me ask you this question: what is the pattern? Okay, the pattern of an uptrend. The pattern of an uptrend. How can one observe to read the chart to say that this is an uptrend? So the structure of an uptrend market. Please drop the answer in the chat box. The structure or the formation or the pattern of an uptrend market. Drop the answer in the chat box. the pattern or formation or structure of what of an uptrend market? Drop it in the chat box. Drop it in the chat box and let me see. Drop it in the chat box and let me see. Yes. Drop my need. I want more people to answer this question to know if they are following. Mm-hmm. Yes. Good. Very good. Very good. But let's take notice of something here. So Sylvia, where is my this thing? Sorry. Let's take notice of something here. You see this? You see this? Hold on. You see this? This. The chart does not form a higher low, higher high. Rather, from high to low. So higher high to higher low. Pay attention. Some of these things, I know the reason I'm asking these questions. Some of these things, if you don't take time to study them, they may always confuse you. So, Joel, take notice of that. It's not higher low, higher high, but rather from higher high to a higher low. Neither is it higher high, lower high. Do you get it? For uptrend, it is higher high, higher low. From high to low, not from low to high. So higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. If you don't pay attention to that, you may miss it up. Do you get it? Very good. When the highs are more than the lows, that is it. Very good. Now, my next question. So the formation of a downtrend market, yes, the formation of a downtrend market. I've given you the clue on uptrend, so give me downtrend. The formation of a downtrend market, yes. How can you spot the formation of a downtrend market? Yes, drop the answer in the chat box. How can you spot the formation of a downtrend market? Drop the answer in the chat box. Drop the answer in the chat box. The formation of a downtrend market. No one is responding. The formation of a downtrend market. Yes. Yes. The formation of a downtrend market. I'm still waiting for your answer, so drop it. The formation of a downtrend market. I can see only 5 people who have answered the question. The formation of a downtrend market. Participate in group discussion, in group lesson. Participate so that we can know if you've understood or not. Hmm? I believe you guys can hear me, right? I believe you guys can hear me. Very good. So participate. If you can hear me, just drop the answer in the chat box. That's all. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Now, so we said downtrend. So let me see those who are creating confusions here. Those who are creating confusions here. So you see, Ambassador Morris, it is not lower high, lower low. It is not lower high, lower low. So it is rather lower low, lower high. So this time around, Xavier got it right. Mhm. Lower low, lower high. So Lily, this is it is not lower high, lower low. Take notice. It is not lower high, lower low, but rather lower low, lower high. Let me see the next one. Good. So you see another confusion. It is not lower high, lower low. Take notice of that. It is lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Take notice of that. So just a look at it again. Hmm? Now let me see lower low, lower high. So another one. You see, this is the reason why you must always participate in group lesson so that you wouldn't make mistakes. You get it? You will be corrected on what you have to do. So it's not lower high, lower low. Good. So when the lower lows are more than the lower high, so it is lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Yes. Do you get it? That is the point. So please take notice of that. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. So as it keeps forming the lows and the highs, as the lows and the highs continue forming, we said this is a downtrend. This one should never depart from you. This one should never depart from you. Do you get it? Now, the last part. How do we spot out or the formation of a sideways market? The formation of a sideways market. That one I know most of you wouldn't get it because you are not paying attention then. The formation of a sideways market. Yes. The formation of a sideways market. The formation of a sideways market. Yes. Drop the answer in the chat. The formation of a sideways market. Yes. Drop the answer in the chat. The formation of a sideways market. Yes. Drop the answer in the chat. The formation of a sideways market. Yes, I'm waiting. Yes, drop the answer in the chat. The formation of a sideways market. Only 4 people. What are the rest doing? Yeah, about 36 people here. The formation of a sideways market. Yes, drop the answer in the chat. Hmm? Drop your answer in the chat box. I want you to drop your answer, so drop it. The formation of a sideways market. I'm coming there to read it. So I'm waiting for you. I'm coming there to read it. The formation of a sideways market. I'm coming there to read it. Hmm? I'm coming there to read it. So drop yours. If you make a mistake, we will correct you so that you learn. We are all here to learn and grow. Okay. Now let's see the formation of a sideways. Okay, so let me see. Equal highs, equal lows. Equal highs, equal lows. equal highs, equal lows. So where from this, Lily, higher low, higher high? No, it is equal highs, equal lows. So equal highs, equal lows. Yes. So Lily, correct that mistake. Yes. So equal highs, equal lows, equal highs. So which one is this one, Ben? It is not lower equals to high. Hmm? Lower low equals to higher high. No, I've not taught you that this morning. Lower equals to higher high. Which one is that? No. So it is equal highs, equal lows. Equal highs, equal lows. Joyce, Jackson, which one is accumulation? I've not taught you accumulation this morning. Hmm? I've not taught you accumulation. We said when we see, if you want to observe the formation of, what do we call, of a swing market, that is, they form equal highs and equal lows. That is simple as, so that's what we are saying. We did not talk about accumulation here. Hmm? So very good. Equal highs, equal lows at same levels. Good. Then let me see. Also clarify on the difference between range bound markets and then consolidating markets. All right. Mostly they all fall in the same category, right? So a consolidating market and a ranging market, they are all the same. They all fall in the same category, but sometimes there are slight difference. But in our studies, they all fall into the same category. We call the either we may call them a ranging market, okay, ranging market or a consolidating market. Because during a ranging market or a consolidating market, they all form what's called equilibrium, and that is the reason why, or they are at rest. That is the reason why we said they are swinging, or they swing highs and swing lows. That is equal, having equal highs and equal lows. Please hope you get it right. All right. So equal highs, equal lows, equal highs, equal lows, equal highs, equal lows. So it is not higher, low, higher, high. Take notice. Lily, I've corrected you on this, right? Very recent, I also came across shopping markets. Yes, mostly, most of when it comes to a consolidating state of market state, by itself it's categorized into three. There is a state where the market does not move at all, okay, but in all they all form equilibrium. I don't want to add that to our session, so please let's focus on ranging or sideways, then we move. Okay, so let's go. All right, now let's go to trading view. Trading view, okay. Or we should make that one tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Now, this is a typical example. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. What do you have to say about this chart? What formation is this? Just look at it. When you look at this chart, what formation is this? When you critically look at this chart, what formation will you conclude to be? When you critically look at this chart, what formation will you conclude it to be? Yes, yes. When you critically look at this chart, what will be your conclusion? The formational conclusion, what will it be? Let me get back. Yeah, so I'm expecting you to use the word that is lower low, lower high. Hmm? That's what I'm expecting you to use. So it's a downtrend, a complete downtrend chart that we are observing, forming a lower low, lower high. So looking at this, you realize that, so this is what we'll be doing if God permit tomorrow. So let me take time. Okay, so let me use this. So you realize that after forming the swing highs, the equal highs and the equal lows here, look at it. After forming the equal highs and the equal lows here, now the next thing that it changed was the formation. So getting back here, this is how the formation started to do or to change. This is how it started to do or to change. You get it? So you look at the various angles and you realize that the formation just did what? It changed. So take a critical look at this and you realize that it did what? It changed. So that is forming lower lows and lower highs. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Do you get it? So at least having a fair knowledge about this helps the trader to understand what is happening in the market and how things are going. So if God permit tomorrow in our next discussion, you open a lot of charts, we will spot out the highs, the lows, and then we would analyze to ask ourselves what will be the next wave after observing a consistent high or a consistent low. What should you anticipate? That is what you do if God permit tomorrow. So let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your questions. Let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your questions. Let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your question from what you've studied today, so that I wouldn't pack the whole lesson on your neck just this morning. So let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your question. Let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your question. Yes. Let me give you the opportunity for you to ask your question. So if God permit tomorrow, you will go on our trading view straight away. You draw support and resistance. Look at um the various trends, spot them out, and then analyze it to ask ourselves the next wave in the market. Yes. So let me know if there is any question. Let me know if there is any question. What is called dropping spots? What is called dropping spots? But my brother, we are not talking about call drops here. Anyway, so let me answer that question shortly. Mind you, mostly questions should be based on what we've discussed. Do you get it? Questions should be based on what we've discussed. And I think that will make it easier and then to follow it will help us understand the pattern where we are focusing. So when we talk of call drop, Now, every trend changes direction. Okay. So for instance, if let's say you bought an asset at $20, here was the price, and then the price dropped. So basically, instead of the price to move in this same direction, going up, the price dropped. So the percentage at which it drops, if it dropped at 30%, it simply means the drop is 30%, which is called core drop. So the percentage at which the asset dropped in value, do you get it? The percentage at which the asset dropped in value. So when we talk of core drop, margin call limits, they all work in relation to teach the trader how the price is capable of what of dropping in total value. All right. So I believe in when you are studying about trade settings, we will add more. All right. So how do I point out if a particular point is higher high or higher low? So basically, you observe it on a chart, and that is what we are saying. If you have a chart, it's a visual presentation. So automatically, so your question, let me read the question again. How do I know if um a particular point is higher high or higher low? Yes. So come to this chart again. How will you know if it is higher high or higher low? Because we said a higher high is spotted by consistent swing highs and lows in the market or on a chart. So if you critically look at this particular chart, it consistently forms a higher high, sorry, a lower low and a lower high. You get it? It consistently forms a lower low and a lower high. That is why we were able to spot out to know that this is what a downtrend. We didn't just assume it. But looking at this particular chart, when you look at this particular chart, look at it like this. When you look at this particular chart, you see the difference here. You get it? Look at this particular chart. This is it. This is the formation. Hmm? This is the formation. This is the formation. And that is what the chart is presenting. So it keeps forming a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, like that. So anytime you like consistently, this is a consistent direction, at least two or three. Please, do you get it? If God permit tomorrow, we shall look at it into detail. So don't worry. Yes. Who again? Is there any other question? Is there any other question? Is there any other question? All right, then I believe you guys have understood the session this morning. Don't forget, write it in your lesson notes, add it to your plan. You don't need to ignore this lesson. It is very, very important. And I always want to teach, but in my teachings, I want to ensure that I will make things easier for you to understand and cope with the lesson. So we will end here. If God permits, tomorrow we shall continue again. Mind you, we still have another session which will take place. That is the next 2 hours. That is 10 o'clock Ghana time. So get prepared and let's meet there once more for us to have a discussion. I wish you all the best and have a good day. Love you all. Bye.